Brother, you too will join us in time!
Local bounty detected. Initiating. Greetings. Special assignment received. Initializing.
We will make a great offering of you! Hello.
Additional assignment received. Initializing.
Greetings, child.
Local bounty detected. Initiating. Local bounty detected. Initiating.
Come out.
Greetings.
Come along, come along.
We believe in the providence and inevitability of change through chaos. But what we strive for isn't permanent flux. We seek order. We're not the only ones. Others are playing with models, inserting themselves into events in order to micromanage the future. Like the Arachi group. They're a constant unknown, hard to predict, harder to manipulate. They refuse to bend to our acts of theory, no matter how direct they may be, how damaging. We disrupt the system through quiet acts of mathematical violence. They disrupt by blowing the system to pieces. Even if we'd spent years modeling the outcome, we couldn't have predicted what was going to happen in Egypt. It may have been a warning of what's ahead. The Arachi is also a dragon, and theirs has 8 heads. More heads doesn't necessarily mean more power, but they can pull many strings at once. They can disrupt on multiple levels. They're not just trying to beat us at our own game. They're trying to change the game. This game has always been ours to change. Let's keep it that way.
괜찮아. 찾아올 줄 알았어. 예언이란 스킬은 참 쓸만해. 분당 행동수도 210이나 되거든. 나는 민맥스야. 10년 동안 리그 최고였으니까 내 플레이도 본 적 있겠지? 오로치는 아주 좋은 스폰서야. 나한테 이기라고 돈을 주지. 가끔은 져달라고 돈을 줄 때도 있어. 그리고 나를 위한 새 훈련을 하고 있다더군. 프로메테우스 이니시에이트. 예언에 올인하는 거지. 빠른 응답 속도와 코드 크랙까지. 얼마 안 있으면 그 훈련이 게임보다 중요하게 될 거야. 우리 팀원들은 물론이고 다른 팀원들까지 모두 그 훈련을 하느라 정신이 없어. 밤낮을 가리지 않고 열심히 훈련에 빠진 아이들로 가득했지. 컴퓨터처럼. 사람으로 만든 컴퓨터처럼. 나는 그때 나왔어. 그 다음에 사건이 터졌지. 게임 대회 스캔들 말이야. 그걸 나한테 뒤집어 씌웠어. 상금은 빼앗겼지. 사람들은 나를 찾았어. 경찰까지도. 하지만 나는 경찰 바로 위에 있지. 그래도 끄떡 없어. 거기를 찾고 싶은 거야? 오로치가 아이들을 데려간 곳? 내가 알려줄 수 있지. 지금? 좋아, 빨리 하자고. 게임 시작이야. 그림자처럼 행동하라. 드래곤이 좋아하는 말이지. 안 그래? 네가 찾는 파일은 서버실과 연구실에 있어. 보안이 철저해. 하지만 할 수 있을 거야. 게임이랑 비슷하니까. 관리자는 절대 사무실을 떠나지 않아. 바로 한층 위에 있지. 모두 내보내야 해. 화재 경보가 울렸어. 경비를 부른 것 같군.
Boys, we have an intruder. Start motion sensors. Affirmative. Start the scan. Copy that. Locate the intruder, search and destroy. Spread out.
지금 떠나는 게 좋아.
안녕하세요. 당신은 고통을 보았군요. 나도 그래요. 모닝 라이트가 사람들을 속이고 있어요. 점점 나빠지고 있죠. 하지만 오로치는 달라요. 정말 능력이 있는 걸 직접 봤거든요. 우리 청소년단을 데려간 테스트 클리닉은 사도 바울은 티모테오에게 보낸 글에서 고통을 통해 구원받을 거라 했어요. 우리는 기꺼이 받아들여야 하죠. 하지만 아직 다 성장하지 못했다면 당신은 어떻게? 부탁할 곳은 드래곤밖에 없었다는 걸 알아줘요. 청소년단 아이들이 실종됐다는 걸 경찰에게 알렸지만 조금도 신경 쓰지 않더군요. 사람들이 사라졌다고요. 정부는 모닝라이트를 쫓아내고 오로치를 무서워해요. 그들은 아무것도 할 수 없어요. 하지만 드래곤은 문을 열었어요. 저는 문 안쪽을 보기가 두려웠죠. 그들은 저를 어떤 곳으로 이끌었고, 그리고 모든 게 혼란스러워요. 교회에 있을 때 도와줄 사람을 보내준다고 했는데 교회에서도 뭔가 다른 일이 생겼어요. 드래곤이 말하더군요. 내 손을 잡고 가까이 끌어당긴 다음 뭐라고 했는지 알아요? 엠마가 고민형을 찾는다. 주여, 어찌하면 좋을까요? 제발 빨리 돌아와줘요. 아이들은
Why were all the doors locked? What did he say to you? Did he say anything to you? The dragon creates ripples. Every word has massive repercussions. You have no concept of the true power of the dragon. You really don't. It's time we stepped up our game. There are simply too many unknowns, too many random factors unaccounted for. We need to bring some direction to the chaos. We need to control the storm. We need to make ourselves dangerous again. When the dragon breathes, all others tremble, and they don't even know why. Ours is the invisible hand wielding the poison knife. We're not the Templars. We don't concern ourselves with tradition or honor. We're not the Illuminati. We don't care about wealth or power. We are so much more than they are. And now this vampire crusade. This is not the cause of events, only the consequence. Something is happening in the Carpathian Fangs. Events are converging. Whether it's the work of the vampire queens or renegade Arachi is of no concern to us. Something pulls at the fabric of the universe. Something is shaking the foundation of the earth. This is what we do. We take charge. Chaos theory is not simply about observation. It's about taking action, making chaos bend to our will.
You're a long way from home, and not quite dressed for the occasion. Your superiors, they did explain it is cold in the Carpathians, huh? No matter. First we deal with the vampires, then the frostbite. Do not presume you know what to expect from vampires, from your movies, your games. The reality is dirtier. There is no superstition in my homeland, only reality. We grow up knowing to fear the night. Now the night fears me. Strange how life turns out. This valley was a refuge for all creatures. The forbidden, the lost, the forgotten. Such things whispered of in my grandmother's time. Today, it is a battlefield. I wonder, who would upset such a sanctuary? It is a very convenient crisis, if something needed to be buried out here, or unearthed. But the Council does not ask me to think, only to rally the troops. You see, the air is thick with stories on smoke. You should follow both to their sources. We make a big deal of folk tales. One brought me love. It's a sweet story, you know. Another blinded my eye. Not so sweet. Let's see what fortune they have for us now.
Hello, please take a seat. Can I get you something to drink? Go on, take a seat.
I do believe our guests receive their sustenance from more arcane waters, Lady Sophie.
Don't mean they don't drink ale, do it? It's on the house for as long as it lasts. Please forgive Mr. Staghead. He's not in the best of moods, poor thing. Having lost home and hearth.
Home, hearth, my kingdom, the forest. All of it succumbed to parasites. To filth. Our world is coming apart at the seams. The end is folding in on us.
No more drink for you, sweet. You only get melancholy, and we don't need that now. Not when you're about to help me with the ad.
Her skin radiant, pure and white as winter's dawn over Arcadia lost. She is Eve, born of the earth, not of man. Plump as a ripe apple, fruitful and fertile.
Plump? Fertile? Oh, thanks very much. That'll just scare men off, sweet. He's trying. It's a distraction for him, for me too, in lieu of better and brighter days. I'd like to get out someday. Even if I could leave right now, I wouldn't. He's kind. They need us. To believe, to remember, to fight. This is all they have. These fields and forests and mountains, they've nowhere else to go. The world out there is not for them.
Here will soon be no more. My people are abandoning our sacred lands, leaving only the dead to go to earth and the disease to spread. The power of the forest is on the wane, and a shadow falls over us all.
This has always been a special place, a place of strong magic. I've run with fairies since I could run. The forest people protected us as long as we left their lands alone. It was the law. The Strigoi, the bloodsuckers, they don't respect the law.
There is a dark and infinitely malevolent force behind this siege. It is a ruse concealing some fearful machinery restarted. It brings forth memories of dark times befalling us countless seasons ago, and of those who rose up against the endless night. The dragon, the eagle, the owl.
Oh, I've heard this story also from my mom. She used to sing a beautiful song. La 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 la. Rum. I'm afraid I wouldn't know how to sing it in English. On karaoke night, I just listen. Everyone's okay with that.
The forces of darkness are stronger than ever, and those who stand against them are weakened by centuries and forgetfulness, bitterness, and the embrace of the grave. No matter how many of you there are, with your modern magic and your steel weapons, you cannot defeat this evil. Not without their help.
The owl, the eagle, and the dragon? The dragons died a long time ago. Eagles, there are plenty of up in the mountains, but none here. Owls, though, I've seen owls. There's one in particular I see often in the village. He hoots at me. I think it's a friendly owl. So, what do you have so far? Her bosom soft as... Oh, sweet. There's just no way I'm filling your mug again.
You may pass through our lands anytime.
Additional assignment received. Initializing.
Lilith's children are rising. You've been following me? Why is that, eh? Never mind, I know why you're here. You know anything about these pewters? It's not doing what I need it to do. Even a wrinkled apple can be fresh on the inside. When I was born, we had miracle machines that make this look like a Stone Age tool. And they were a damn sight easier to use, too. No, just leave it. I'll figure it out eventually. And you've more important matters to attend to. Yes, I am the owl you're looking for. But I'm afraid I don't have much in the way of answers. I'm going to tell you the same thing I've told the others. This has all happened before. Oh, yes. Vlad was the one who defeated Mara, the vampire queen. Can't tell you how, because he's been dead for half a millennium. And he neglected to tell me. But he did leave me something of his. I reckon he left a part of himself behind before he passed on, and I also reckon you'll be needing his help to take care of Mara. I never could make much sense of the man. But then he is human. And I'm not. He left it for someone like you, someone who could stand up to her. I've held on to it for 500 years. I have a long memory. That thing isn't all Vlad left. He left behind a legacy, his own little army. The Draculeshti have suffered much in the 5 centuries since his death, but they are still around. In fact, they have recently come back. I've seen them in the forest. That lovely girl who uses her looking glass to spy on the vampires, and the strapping circus boy. But the one you really need to speak with is Milosh, their king. He came to pay his respects when the Draculeshti arrived. I liked that. Though he did speak too much and too loudly. Not a trait you share with him, I'm happy to say. If anyone knows what Vlad Dracula had prepared for Mara's inevitable rebirth, it'd be the Draculeshti. The news of her return are disturbing. They herald something dark. There is great power in these mountains, and Mara seeks it. It was never simply what's on the surface with her. And I believe this vampire crusade is more of a vampire charade. But that's neither here nor there. First, you should put your mind to that thing someone needs to. Now, shoo! I'm going to see if I can't get this pewter to do what I want it to do. Take care.
Special assignment received. Initializing.
I took this spot first. To come to this valley, it is like a holy pilgrimage for my clan, for the Draconists. Milosh, he says this place is our homeland, but he was born on the roads, just like all of us. He means that our order began here. The Order of Dracula, the dragon.
Salute! Milosh is expecting you. Don't let your eyes wander when you speak with Emilia. Milosh will cut them out and serve them to you.
Welcome.
Hi there. My father is expecting you. Zaha told us, Mihas too, that you were coming. He should be around here somewhere.
No!
Please?
No!
We'll do anything.
No! You will do anything?
Well, almost anything.
I see. Almost anything.
We just want to help. We're so bored and...
Bored. You're bored. My light. I expected more from you. And as for you, young man, if you are ever going to become the leader you need to be, you must not waver when challenged, or do something simply because you are bored. You need to learn discipline and patience. And the answer is no.
Father!
And if I see either of you skirting your duties today, I will make you wish you had not been born. Ha! At last! The chosen one is here.
Father, please.
I'm just telling a joke. You're not the first to come here seeking glory and riches, and you will not be the last. All of you so eager to be the great hero, to defeat the darkness. Let me tell you about darkness. We Draculesti have been fighting vampires since Vlad Dracula himself founded our order. Half a millennium and change, and many generations of slayers. Now the Kakat is hitting the ventilator again. A great evil is rising, a storm is coming, and so on and so on. Blah, I say, business as usual. Another day at the office, is that not what you say back in the real world? You can keep your oracles and your prophecies. We believe in what we can see and touch and fight. But there is just one thing. The difference is, this time, the prophecies may be accurate. I do not like prophecies. I find them counterproductive. If everyone believes the future is already written, they stop fighting, they stop caring. But the Draculesti, we were founded on prophecy. Some things are foretold, and we were once told about the return of a vampire queen, and of darker things. That is why we are here now. Prophecies are usually worthless, but there are things written in signs and symbols that may be of great value. We should never ignore the lessons of the past. And in this case, the past is still very much with us, around us. I wish I could tell you more. All I know is that it looks and it feels like everything is in place for what was foretold to come to pass. We are few, and our task is simply to do what we know to do, and nothing more. We need help. The Draculesti were founded on prophecy, and that prophecy remains with us, in signs and symbols. I am not one for riddles, but you seem like the right person for the job.
Bye.
Special assignment received. Initializing. Special assignment received. Initializing.
Watch where you're stepping. There are precious plants here you can't even see with the naked eye. We've got wolf's blood and king's foil, moly and raskovnik. There's even... What do you have? Come on, let's see it. It's got him curious and me doubly so. I didn't take you for a prophecist. You don't look the part. Besides, this is not so much a prophecy as it is... I knew he brought me here for a reason. And not just to read the palms of those gypsies. Sorry, the Draculesti. They're fiercely proud, and this tells their story. It's interesting. And what I find the most interesting is what it doesn't say. All right, I'm not forgetting about you. Quite. I guess that's why we're here also. Always a good reason, never immediately obvious. I'd say this one is pretty clear, however. She who once loved and fell will rise again. The hand that held her heart will prove her bane. Well, clear-ish, as these things go. There's plenty of references to the three. The owl, the eagle, and the dragon. The three warriors stood bravely together in war. By oath, they were bound to the 60 and 4. The owl I reckon you're familiar with. I know nothing about the eagle, but the third. The dragon. Vlad Dracula himself is past due to be brought back from the Apasambeti from beyond death. Ought to be interesting seeing what history is made of him. In my trade, you quickly learn to distrust historians. What I do know is that he famously fought his lover-turned-vampire Mara, but he was unable or unwilling to destroy her completely. Love. Such a lamentable thing. I've learned to stay far away. We do know that Mara is back and in charge of a vast army of vampires, though her true purpose lies somewhere in the mountains beyond our understanding. And he who held her heart, Dracula, is the only one who can banish her again. Apa Vie and Apa Moarta, the water of life and the water of death, two halves of a circle to be mixed with Apa Sambete. I can only assume they'll trigger a chemical reaction of sorts to bring back his life force from the world ocean where it's been floating for all these years. Like a seed. It's almost like working with my flowers, making something grow and bloom from almost nothing. Apa Vie, the light of the morning, Apa Moarta, the final forewarning, joined at his tomb to bring the dragon to life, so that he may put an end to his bitch of a wife. I'm paraphrasing, of course. That, but sometimes it feels like I just sit here, doing nothing. They go out there, they act.
hello.
You're not wrong. It is clear enough now that this prophecy concerns us. Kokovea the owl and the dragon. Dracula. But the eagle... There is nothing in our history about an eagle.
It's a Roman eagle. Father...
I thought I told you to stay away from him, Emilia.
He's a good man.
He's a man.
He's old. He's... really old.
Ha! That did not stop your mother.
I'm going to stop listening to you now. There is a man who lives in the mountains nearby, Octavian. This eagle is all over his house. It's carved into door frames, hung on walls. He carries a medallion. It's everywhere. The Roman eagle.
Not this nonsense again.
Octavian has spoken about arriving here with Roman legionnaires almost 2,000 years ago.
Bah! He is lying!
And you know this because? It's not like he'd be the first immortal I ever met. Or ever will meet.
Fine, fine. There is an infinite supply of immortals, but Octavian is not one of them. He's just a sad old man who likes the company of...
Of what? Of what, Papa? Come on, say it.
Forget it.
Say it.
I'm a beautiful girl. Young woman.
That's all, is it? That's the only reason him and I are friends? Not because I'm intelligent or courteous or friendly or interesting, but because I'm young and pretty.
No, this is not at all what I meant. Sweet daughter of mine.
Don't even. And don't talk to me ever again!
Oh, Gaia cursed me with daughters and no sons. Oh, at least the rest of them are married off and have escaped this life. I hate to admit it, but she is often right. She's smart. Smarter than me. And if there was any justice, she would take on my mantle when I pass. But the law is the law, and only a male heir can wear this crown. We don't actually have a crown. It's a metaphorical one. I would not waste my time with this Octavian character. Even my daughter, bless her heart, makes mistakes, and he is one of them. He's a bitter and lonely old man who spins tales to win the favors of a young woman. He cannot possibly be your eagle. You will have to keep looking, I'm afraid. There is nothing more I can tell you. And now to do a father's duty and apologize for being an ass. Emilia! Emilia! Your father has been a royal fool!